Hello and welcome to SAE Creative Media Institute. I am Tejasvi Padmanabha, Department Coordinator for Games at SAE Sydney campus. In today's session, I will take you through the course structure and explain the various program offering, the program structure, and how we support it through a industry liaison coordinator and help you with the work placement. We'll also see some useful link where you can download and play our student work. So let's get into the details. So what does games development involve? Traditionally, games has been classified into two streams, analog and digital. Digital being the most popular and familiar to most of us. That's played in consoles, desktop computers, mobile devices, and more recently in AR/VR. Analog games are the traditional board games and the card games. At SAE Games, you will learn how to build those games. Having played those games firsthand, the journey of building is very satisfying, as you will see. Our faculty will guide you through various aspects of game development. Some of the games you develop may be fun, and others may be educational, training, or simply not fun, and more formally called serious games. Our degree program is classified into two streams, design and programming. Game designers create the player experience moment to moment from start to the end of the game. Games programmers creates the systems and the tools to bring the game designers vision to life. We'll see more details regarding the streams in the next few minutes. At SAE Games Development, we use some of the industry standard tools and engines. We primarily use Unity Engine and Unreal Engine. Unity Engine uses C# programming language at its heart, while Unreal Engine uses C++ programming language. Unreal also has a very powerful Blueprint visual scripting package built into it. You'll learn this and many more when you study with us. Some of the other tools you will be using are Visual Studio, version control systems like Git, and project management skills. You'll be introduced to some of the best hardware for games development, including VR/AR headsets like Oculus Go. You'll also be building for mobile platforms like Android and use the Android build pipeline, which could potentially take you through a path of publishing your own indie game in the Google Play Store. Let's now move on to see the specifics of the streams within our offerings. So, what will you do as a games design student? A games design student will design the rules and mechanics of the game, design and build the levels and the user interface for the game, use the skills and experience to guide and influence what the player is doing and how they're feeling. Games design students are primarily responsible to bringing the ideas to the table and work with the programs to build those games. Now let's see what the program student do. As a programming student, you will design and build systems to bring the rules and mechanics to life. Design the build tools to assist designers and the rest of the team, analyze and improve the performance of the game. In doing so, you will be building the various tool sets and optimize the game and the build for delivery to a platform if needed in some cases. You will be responsible for working closely with the designers to bring their vision to life. You're not required to make your mind to choose design or programming. We will help and guide you if you're not sure. Let's look at the course structure a bit more in detail so that we understand the differences. The course structure is structured into three stages. Stage 1, as I call it, is spoon-feeding phase. This is where you learn the fundamentals. We don't assume you have the experience in programming or development for games. We do expect you to have the drive and motivation to develop games. The same motivation that started when you were playing games young, that brought you here today. In stage 1, we take you through the building blocks of making games. You will help and you'll be provided introductory lessons on game engines, scripting, and game design fundamentals. Our experienced facilitators will engage you in doing research and experimentations to bring your inner developer to the front. You'll be using game engines to make games from try 1 onwards. So that's hands-on building right from the get-go. Stage 2 is the heart of the program. They are the studio modules. We simulate real-life industry game development studios in a classroom. We introduce you into the game development pipeline, similar to what you would expect in the industry, using some of the popular development tools. You'll gain mastery on tools like version control system and project management skills to work with students from other disciplines, be it collaborating for an asset with graphic design students or audio students or similar. In stage 3, the capstone project comes into play. I call it becoming my peer face. I expect a graduate from our program to be my peer. You will grow your portfolio and undertake major project development during the stage 3. The expectations to build a strong portfolio, which started when you started your journey in Tramster 1, will see it becoming a reality in your major project. You'll also be working with the Industrial Liaison Coordinator, which I briefly mentioned before, to complete the work placement module. This module is a compulsory requirement for you to graduate, and the ILC will help you in that journey. In the next slide, you will briefly see the 2 streams of study and the structure I illustrated. As you can see, to the left of my screen is the games design stream, and to the right of my screen is the programming stream. The Tramster 1 has the introductory modules, and as you progress to Tramster 3, you start doing the Studio 2 modules in stage 2, and then you finish your degree with the major project. Do note, you can exit with the diploma after Tramster 2 and with the associate degree after Tramster 4. The programmers and designers will be focusing on this specific stream from Tramster 2 onwards. You also have some flexibility in learning and how you do your modules. More of that will happen once you start commencing your studies with us. Let's see now what our students have created in the past. Our students have produced some awesome portfolios. In the screen, you can actually see some of the published student works in the each.io site. The Sydney student works samples are available in the SA Sydney Games.each.io, and similarly for Brisbane and Melbourne campuses, as you can see on the screen. You'll be able to download and play some of those games in your home. The links include student works from other campuses. There are many more work from other campuses that you can see. Please feel free to get in touch with our course advisors if you want to know more about our campuses. In the screen here is a simple screenshot from the SA Sydney each.io. This is sample work from student that I personally supervise, the Kingdom Beats in the middle. It's a very good piece of work that was developed by Anthony Mitchell, who worked very hard working with his peers from graphic design and audio to build some of the assets. It's a simple game that you could actually play in your home. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to get in touch with us.